¿Qué pedo? Ok. No me juzguen, no pena, ¿eh? Vengan a hablarme de mamadas. Que a lo mejor no tuvimos tiempo de peinarnos, güey. No me pinté, no me peiné, güey. Es que dijo, no, ¿para qué se peina? No, ¿para qué se peina? Me da chito aquí, güey. Voy a limpiar mi cámara. Mira, mi mamá ayer hice patas. No sé qué andamos. No me peiné, no me pinté, güey. Ok, edit, share. Share. Sobres. A ver. Santa madre es. Oh, chingada madre. Right. Okay, so I really didn't do my hair. I didn't have time to do my makeup. I was designing all morning, but I'm going live because we said we're going to do it on Thursdays, and goddamn, we're going to do it on Thursdays, especially because I got to get good at this whole YouTube thing, which is a little bit different. So I'm live now. So if you want to come hang out with me because Instagram sucks, go over here, click on the YouTube link, and let's hang out. Okay, so I really didn't do my hair. I didn't have time to do my makeup. I was designing all morning, but I'm going live because we said we're going to do it on Thursdays, and goddamn, we're going to do it on Thursdays, especially because I got to get good at this whole YouTube thing, which is a little bit different. So I'm live now. So if you want to come hang out with me because Instagram sucks, go over here, click on the YouTube link, and let's hang out. Okay, so I really didn't do my hair. I didn't have time to do my makeup. I was designing all morning, but I'm going live because we said we're going to do it on Thursdays, and goddamn, we're going to do it on Thursdays. I'm getting by. Hey, who's here? Talk to me. Who's here? I don't think I'm even ready. I don't have all my shit. ¿Quién está aquí? Cuéntame. ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién nos está viendo? ¿Quién eres, güey? It's so hard here because I can't see it like on Instagram where I can actually see the people that are hopping on and be like, hey, what's up, this motherfucker, da, da, da. So y'all need to hit the chat if y'all want me to know who you are. And I want to know who you are. I'm still setting myself up. I'm still not in my studio. So I'm stacking books for my microphone, okay? Don't judge my fucking room. It's dirty. Hey, José. Es José. ¿Qué onda? Gracias por venir. Echar el coto un ratito. I'm sure people are working. I'm sure people don't have time for this shit. But I appreciate it. What's going on, José? I wish I could hear you guys. Like, I wish I could, like, be on video with you guys and you guys can be, like, right here interacting with me. I think that there's a way we can figure that out on YouTube. I'm going to try. But I was just getting so sick of the stupid fucking Instagram just knocking me out every fucking time. Multitasking at work. That's how we're doing. And I have my little sandwich here that my mom brought me that I'm going to finish eating. So I'm sorry. Pero es que tengo hambre. How you doing? What are you up to? I don't know if a lot of people are going to come, but I'm going to hang out here for like an hour. Just shooting the shit. Just hanging out. You might not be able to talk to me because it's in the chat, but it's better than nothing. Eso es todo. You know what's funny about the chat? Que yo creo que pusiste, eso es todo. And the chat automatically like translates it. So it says, that's all. Lol. That's so funny. I wonder if like I can set the chat so it's English and Spanish. I'm not sure if I can do that. But I was designing all morning because on our chats, I want us to start bringing journals. I know I don't want it to feel like homework, but I really am serious about reclaiming our thoughts. I'm gonna go into it in just a second. I think it's not only AI. I look like Kiko. I don't think it's only AI. I think it's also social media and the speed that we digest this information that we're seeing when we're scrolling, that it's really becoming a problem with like cognitive decline. So I think writing is the way to take it back. So I'm actually designing these journals that are all about reclaiming your thoughts. So, you know, taking back your thoughts. And they look pretty tight. I'm excited. It says, oh, hell no. No auto translating here. I'm just taking care task right now. So hot down here by LBC. Like a melted brown pumpkin. You know what? All my family drink some water because I have food in my mouth like an asshole. All my friends and family that are still in Orange County, I have a friend in LBC too. They're like, it's fucked up. Like it's fucked up hot. And you know, that's one thing that I was really getting sick of SoCal, because I remember when I was little living in Orange County, like when I was in primary school, you would still get some really good winters, really cold winters, and they were longer. And now it's like fucking Halloween and it's hot. Like it won't get cold until November. So out here where I'm at, we get monsoon season, which is really interesting because it's actually really nice. Because what happens is that it's really hot in the mornings for sure. I don't think we've gotten to like 90s or anything. I think the most we've gotten is to like 86, maybe 90. But by the afternoon rolls around, it rains. And even though it's just a little bit of rain, the sun goes away, it cools down. It's so nice. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll take this winter. This summer. This is my kind of summer, you know? And it's really nice. You get like thunder at night and it's just super cool. So I'm stoked. I'm stoked to be here. I'm stoked to be, because that shit was getting too much. But it's also the concrete, dude, because I'm in a fucking mountain. So there's obviously no concrete. Even our streets where we drive up here, there's no road. So that concrete takes in all the heat and then the sun just reflects off of it. So in the city, it feels fucking terrible. Make sure you're hydrating, by the way. And not just drinking water. Sorry, I keep sticking food in my mouth like a dumbass. Not just water. Make sure you put electrolytes in there, because a lot of people think like, oh, it's just water, but sometimes you're not actually hydrating if the micronutrients are off. So easiest way to do it, if you don't actually have like electrolytes to put in there, just put a little bit of salt. Put a little bit of salt in that water, like a teaspoon. And that, oh my God, sorry, I'm trying to see if this went up. And that works like a charm. Works like a charm.
You call me.
Hold on. I'm trying to see if this fucking link worked. There we go. I think I'm not really going to get a lot of people on here. Or I will eventually, but I think it's going to take a while. Because it's such a bitch. Well, I don't know what you think, Jose, but was it a bitch going from like Instagram to YouTube? Like, I feel like that's one more step. And that's annoying for people. And I totally understand it. Because if you're already on one platform, you don't want to jump to another platform. So I get it. But that's why today I'm going to stick around longer. Because once people do start showing up and we start getting in the rhythm of shit, then we can come here every Thursday and kick it and do some journaling. And I'm still going to figure out a different way. Maybe Zoom calls or something, where we can all look at each other and talk. I'm sure you're hearing me crunch my apple. I'm so sorry. But I was really hungry. And my mom made me a Sammy with apples and peanut butter on the side. Come on. How lucky am I? And I ate 2 pieces of pan dulce. She made pan dulce yesterday. My God in heaven. Shit's so good. So good. Jose, if you get a chance to, today I posted a video of this homie, Pancho se llama, is dice Panchi soy, and he's like it's like a his what is it? Character is a teacher. Oh my God, dude, this guy's so good. He's from Naucalpan in Mexico, and I just found him, and I didn't even know he followed me. But y'all have to follow this guy. He's so good. Okay, so I really he's so funny, and he's just got really witty stuff. Chew away. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't have to. And by the way, you don't have to kick it with me if you don't have time. Okay, I understand. You don't have to stick around. We're just trying this out. But I do appreciate you hanging out. If you have any questions, I'm right here. It's only you and me, so you can ask the craziest shit. I'm just kidding. This live is gonna go on a video, so got you. Oh man, Jose. I have some stuff in the works. I don't know if it's gonna harden into reality, but if it is, I'm stoked because it would allow me to travel a little bit more and do events, like actually go and see you guys. I would love to do events where it's just like seminars, go chill, go hang out with each other, go talk to each other. That'd be so sick. I'm multitasking at huevo, no ADHD there, baby. These beggars scold me. Oh my God. What do you do for work, Jose? I don't think I asked you, or did I ask you? What do you do? What do you do to eat, baby? It sucks, huh, that we have to work. Not that we have to work. Like, I think we should work for our community and, to grow food, to do all these things. But it sucks, like the concept of capitalistic work. I don't like it. Yeah, I would love to connect with the community, dude. Man, like, that's the only thing that sucks about being so far away now. Before, I could do more events or like in Tianguis, show up and do stuff, but I'm so far now. But obviously for safety reasons, but it does suck because I miss you guys. And I miss actually being able to interact with the community. I feel like more content creators need to do that too. Oh, sorry. I heard like this noise outside my door. It's my water delivery because where we live, you have to bring your own water. You have to haul your own water. My husband has his pickup truck, but we need to buy all these things. Like we bought the tank to go pick up water, but we need to now buy the trailer and the hitch and all this stuff. So we have this, like, there are these companies around town, not around town, around the forest that do it for you, delivery. It's more expensive, but you really do value water out here, dude, because fuck, like those wells, I mean, that we get the water from our well from the mountains, but sometimes like the well will close, sometimes there won't be enough water, and you really, really learn to value every single drop of water that you get out here, especially in the rain. So we've been like harvesting our own rainwater, using that to water our plants and stuff, but it's crazy. It's como back in el rancho, no? The only difference is que yo soy de Orizaba, and Orizaba a chingo de agua, güey. It rains so much. And actually this monsoon season, so I've been here exactly a year. On the 23rd, I did a year here. And when we came last year, it looked pretty dry. But this year, fuck, it looks so pretty. All green and shit because the monsoon. Someone should name someone monsoon. The monsoon season has been bumping this year. We've been getting more rain. It's fucking so beautiful up here because we have red rock. So our land is like clay, right? Like red clay. So the red with the green contrasts so beautifully. shared the link of this YouTube and it looks ridiculous. It's so funny, Jose. Like I shared the link. The link to the YouTube has me like I think mid Twitch. I look like an idiot. So funny. Oh god, I look so stupid. That's so funny. So technically I'm a gate supervisor for a container depot. Oh cool, down in Wilmington. Wilmington, where the fuck is Wilmington? So I interact with chassis, containers, all that. But my tasks are, am I saying that wrong? Chassis. But my tasks are all over the place. Oh shit, how long have I been doing that for? That's pretty cool though. Okay, who else is in here? ¿Quién más llegó? Díganme. Solo son 2 personas, es José y alguien más. Díganme en el chat. Díganme. Creo que la neta es que nos va a tardar a que llegue más gente y me caga, güey, porque en Instagram estaba llegando un putero de gente y cada vez que me subía a Instagram me dejaba hacer como 2 minutos y madres, güey. Tienes mala conexión y ni al caso porque no tengo mala conexión, o sea, qué verga. ¡Eh, Panchito! A huevo. Nos estamos dando cuenta, Panchito, que esta madre nos traduce la chat bien rápido. So, as a guard for a few years, but officially for the company I'm currently with. Oh, nice, Jose. How do you like it, though? ¿Está chido? O sea, ¿te gusta? ¿Te gustaría otra cosa? ¿Qué pedo? I know where Wilmington is. The San Pedro Bridge. That's right. I love passing that bridge. Ese puente está de huevos. IG se pasa de madres, la neta. Yo pensé que era puro cuento. Ok, yo al principio cuando la gente se estaba quejando, yo decía, no son mamadas, no es cierto. Que las censuras, que las chingadas. Hasta que me empezaron a censurar. Neta. Y más en los lives. Porque me subía a los lives y haz de cuenta que si platicábamos de alguna pendejada, de algo leve, ¿no? Pues no había pedo, como que podía estar más. Pero en cuanto empezamos a hablar de política, de ciertas cosas, se trababa y ni madres, güey. Así de, horas. Ya sé lo que estás haciendo, chinga. Ya entendí. Güey, yo no sé por qué es esto, pero parezco Kiko, cabrón. No sé por qué. Oh, that's awesome, Jose. That's pretty cool. Oh, the owners. Usually owners are always shitty. Usually owners are pretty shitty. So, Pancho. ¿Así te llamas Pancho, Panchito? ¿Cómo te gusta que te diga? ¿Cómo eres para los cuates? Pero, gracias por estar aquí. It's only 2 people. I love you both, Jose and Pancho, for being here. Esperemos que la gente agarre el pedo de los jueves y que vengan. Porque usualmente yo hacía live, hace cuenta que los miércoles en Instagram y en TikTok el jueves, pero los quiero juntar mejor en YouTube y hacer nada más el jueves donde podamos estar a 1 hora o más. Yo sé que el tiempo está de la chingada porque es temprano, son las 11:30 de la mañana, pero solamente puedo trabajar en estos tiempos, en las mañanas. Solo trabajo los lunes, los miércoles, los jueves, de 8 de la mañana a 12:30, 1 de la tarde. Entonces, pues, es lo único que puedo hacer, ¿verdad? Chinga. Pero quiero figurar también una manera mejor. ¿Cómo me gustaría, o sea, poder ver a la gente que entra también, como en Zoom o algo así, para poder tener, así, echar el coto bien, ¿no? Como una conversación. No así de que esperar a que el chat y que chinga. Pero gracias por estar aquí, mis carnalillos, porque me echan la mano aprendiendo este desmadre, que soy nueva en esto de live en YouTube y no está así perrísimo, pero pues no tampoco está mega fácil, ¿va? Está medio complicado. Tenemos que figurarle. ¿Y tú qué pedo? ¿Qué haces, Panchito? Pancho, no sé cómo decirte, dime cómo decirte bien, porque no quiero ofender. Pero, ¿qué andas haciendo? ¿Qué andas haciendo? Y José, tú andas, José, ¿are you working? ¿Estás trabajando? ¿Y te estás haciendo pendejo en mi live? ¿O estás nada más haciendo otra cosa? Porque ¿qué día es? Es jueves, ¿no? Sigo tragando, güey, tenía hambre. Ay, ojalá sí venga más gente, güey. Qué perro coraje me da, cabrón. Porque en el live bien que se jalaban. ¿Sabes qué debería de hacer? Debería de hacer un live aquí también. Espérame, me voy live en Instagram también. Y lo hacemos en los dos lugares. Para que entonces, si la gente quiere mejor conexión, pues se venga aquí, güey. Es una buena idea, ¿va? ¡Ey! ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué pedo? Ya llegó Damián, ya llegó Damián. What's up? This guy's trouble. Gracias por venir, aunque sea un ratitín, me dan gusto. Tengo aquí a José, a Pancho y al señor Camarena. Puro chavo, güey, puro chavo ruco. No te Está chido, ¿eh? Y podemos hablar español porque todos aquí hablan español. Me caga la madre que el chat me está traduciendo todo. Entonces, por ejemplo, puso, oh, maybe you put saint o pusiste santo, no sé, pero me lo traduce inmediatamente. Vamos a hacer live también en Instagram. Chingue su madre. A ver qué pasa. ¿Ok? Wow, me siento bien profesional, güey. Así que tengo aquí el Instagram y aquí el YouTube. ¿Qué onda? Wow, mira nada más. Para esto nací, chinga, para entretener a los que me quieran escuchar. Yo no sé. I put it in Spanish. Sí, ya ves, me lo traduce inmediatamente. Miren, la otra persona que está aquí, José, God's perfect idiot, he is perfect, is hell of a guy. I met him actually in person en Tianguis hace unos años de huevos. Pero también quiero que sigan al que dice Panchi Soy o Pancho. Vayan a seguirlo. Acabo de compartir un video de él en mi Instagram, en Stories. Qué trabajo tan genial. Genial, váyanlo a seguir. ¿Qué onda? Guys, en Instagram, estoy live en YouTube. Si quieren venirse para acá, vénganse para acá. Debería dejar el link, ¿verdad? ¿Puedo dejar el link? Sí, mira, huevos. A ver, aguanten. Mejor vénganse acá porque si se traba esta madre en Instagram. Ay, chinga, espérense. Sí la jalo. Me lo va a cortar. No estaba preparado para hacer estas cosas. A ver, aguanten. Ok, miren. Perdón. Todavía le estoy intentando con estas madres. Güey, ni me peiné. Estuve diseñando toda la mañana. No me peiné ni nada. A ver. Ok. Miren el link que está allá abajo, Instagram. Ese es el link para YouTube. Vénganse a YouTube mejor, porque si Instagram decide callarme la boca, vénganse a YouTube, porque YouTube no me calla, o espero que no me calle. No, espero no acabo de cagarla. Ok, déjame hacer este grande. ¡Ay! ¡Qué cosas! 2 pantallas aquí. Mira, y en Instagram llega mucho más gente, llega un putero de gente. Vénganse aquí. Por acá, muchas gracias por recomendarme, Lore. Claro que sí. Sí, si me están escuchando, si me están escuchando en YouTube, me están escuchando en Instagram, vayan a seguir a Panchi Soy. Hermoso trabajo que acabo de encontrar. Y me seguía, eso es lo que me caga de Instagram, de que, por ejemplo, él me seguía y hasta el día de hoy apenas vi su link. Sorry that I'm talking in Spanish. I'm primarily going to be talking I'm going to be going back and forth, probably English and Spanish, so you guys follow along. All right, let's chat about some things. One, he estado hablando acerca de reclamar tus pensamientos. Reclaim your thoughts. Bring back your thoughts to yourself. Why? Because between AI and between social media, cognitive decline is a real thing, guys. Literally cognitive. And I know that it sounds hypocritical because I'm telling you as you guys are watching my videos here, but it's really becoming a problem. Really becoming a problem, okay? We don't know now which thoughts of ours are actually our thoughts. Y eso nos debe dar un chingo de miedo, la neta. Que si ahorita no sabemos diferenciar entre los pensamientos que son nuestros y los pensamientos que nos están influyendo, o sea, que los demás y el sistema está influyendo a que creamos, está muy perro, está muy canijo. Entonces, eso estaba platicando acerca de que agarraran un papel, un pedazo de papel o algo así y escribieran. Y ¿sabes qué me puse a pensar? Que podríamos hacer journals. ¿O cómo se dice en español? ¡Ta madre! Creo que no me acuerdo cómo se dice en español. O sea, estos libritos. ¿Alguien me puede decir cómo se dice journal en español? Se me fue el pedo. Pero, ¿por qué? Porque quiero preguntarles algo. ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que escribieron algo en un papel? ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que escribieron con una pluma, con un lápiz, hasta que se cansó la mano, cabrón? Te aseguro que fue mucho tiempo, ¿ok? Yo soy súper fan de escribir. I still write everything I do down. Everything I draw, everything you guys see of my designs, like shirts or anything, I design everything myself. And I also write everything. Y yo tengo obsessive compulsive disorder, y verán por qué. I actually tab all of my journals. So this is which one is this one? This is a yoga journal. And I literally have like the 8 limbs of yoga and the yamas and everything. And I am really big into writing and journaling and doing all this stuff. You don't have to get that anal about it, but I think it's important to bring these back. I think it's important to bring books back, to write things down. Okay. So this morning I'm designing a journal. Only because it's so cool. And I really like the design of the journal because I've been drawing a lot of Talavera style and I'm actually putting the Talavera on the journals. I'm not trying to upsell you here, but I'm trying to tell you, even if it's not my journal, get a fucking piece of paper, get a pen. You gotta write. Remember your fonts. What do they look like? Doodle, draw. This is important, guys. This is reclaiming your thoughts. Cognitive decline is real. I'm not bullshitting you. No te estoy diciendo mamadas. It's real. Yesterday, I was doing some math on this piece of paper. Why? Because I started noticing, this is really what I started noticing. Clocks. Tu reloj, ¿no? ¿No se han dado cuenta que si ves un reloj, o sea, no digital, analog, analog, ¿cuánto tiempo te cuesta para saber qué hora es? How long does it take you to realize what time it is on an analog clock? Like watching, like your watch or your clock. How long does it take you? Is it instant or is it a little harder now? So same thing with math. So yesterday I was doing some basic math. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do some equations to try to remember my basic math. And I was like, fuck me sideways, dude. It's going away. Like anything, if you don't hone a skill, it's going to go away. Si no practicas algo, se te va a olvidar, güey. Así sea un idioma, matemáticas, lo que sea, se te va a olvidar. There's no way about it. So think to yourself, how many things are you starting to forget to do? How many skills did you stop honing and you're kind of now like, oh shit, that shit's scary. Dr. Camarena, the doctor Camarena, el doctor Camarena, ya no es señor Camarena, es doctor, chinga. Dr. Camarena, most thoughts are social engineering in one way or another. Absolutely. And here's the deal. A lot of our thoughts genuinely do come from our society, our behaviors, culture. When people talk about culture, cultura, in essence, is just behaviors that have been passed down, right? So from our parents, our grandparents, our communities, our race, or whatever, our ethnicity, these are all behaviors that we've learned and behaviors that have adapted, that become culture. But what happens, because a lot of us didn't grow up in this level of globalization and in this level of social media and AI and all. So now more than ever, it's a lot easier to confuse what we really think with what's been pushed upon us. And I mean every which way. And that's why shit's so divisive. That's why it's so black and white. When life is not black and white, dude. What the fuck are we doing? Life is not black and white. Not in any fucking way is life black and white, right? You know what I realized? I should put my audio better on Instagram too. Let's see if this works. Oh my God, I'm too miking it. I don't know if the mics are going to interfere. All right, you guys tell me. Can you guys tell me on Instagram and on YouTube? So the people are on YouTube. Does it interfere? Can you still hear me really well? And can you guys on Instagram hear me well? I need to know. So please tell me. And then Jose says, I need to get my spark back to writing. Hace años I told by my English 101 and 102 profs that I should write more. Absolutely. Everyone should write more. Jose, you should absolutely write more. When my journal comes out, you should get my journal because it's going to have some prompts. But any journal, you should absolutely write more. Dr. Camarena says, apparently it doesn't matter. There's something to be said for the lack of nuance we are dealing with today's society. Yeah, but there's a lack of nuance for a reason. There's an absolute lack of nuance for a reason. Because it's a very good division strategy. And it hasn't only been used now, it's been used for ages. So a lot of people will say like, oh my God, these are the worst times, or it's really getting out of control in the world. But we've had some dark ages, and that's not just in Europe, right? We've had some very dark ages. I think we really are approaching some right now because life is cyclical, right? So a lot of things tend to come back, just like fashion, just like you had those jeans and you're like, oh my God, those fucking jeans are back in style. So is it with everything else in history. So is it with the book burnings, the witch burnings, all of this. The pendulum is yes, it goes really really back and forth. The only problem now that I see is globalization, is the fact that this doesn't affect just a couple people and then it gets to the rest of the world way later on. Like, it affects everybody instantly in so many ways. Like, I don't know if you guys saw what's happening with the Spain and the Moroccan border. There's a lot of Algerians and Moroccans coming over and they're calling it like a complete crisis. But it's crazy because back in the day we didn't know what was happening across the globe, right? We kind of we would find out, but maybe we would find out through the newspaper maybe 3 weeks, 3 months fucking later. Now it's instant. News are 24/7, right? There's a lot more chaos, there's a lot more stress, and it's not because things are worse, it's just things are more made available. But here's the problem. You'd say, okay, that's good, right? I know now. Things are visible, things are made available. I have more knowledge in my hands. I can open AI and know anything. The problem is people are not necessarily ready for it. And that's on parents too, and how we're raising our children, right? Because we're not preparing people for that amount of knowledge and that amount of information. So these poor kids nowadays are having bad mental issues, but it makes sense, dude. They're growing up in 24-hour news, scrolling nonstop, cognitive decline, fucking AI. No shit. Like, how do we not expect that to happen? Of course it's going to happen. We're not preparing them for this because we're not even prepared for it, right? Hold on, Jose says, definitely going to have to look at your journal. Ah, thank you. Yes, I'll let you guys know when those journals are up. But why journaling? Why writing? Because it gives us introspective moments where we can sit down and write whatever we'd like, but think like anything, man. We should be curious. We should be curious about everything and we should write it down, because my fear is like AI, such a tool, right? I'm not a fan of AI. I think you guys know that, but I understand how it could be a tool and I can understand how people utilize it. The only thing is, obviously, the people that are more privileged to a certain level of education will utilize it as a tool, sometimes a bad tool, right? Maybe they'll build things, maybe they'll do things. Some other people will just make memes of cats. And it's not their fault. It's not dissing them, because they're not prepared for that amount of knowledge and they don't have the curiosity maybe for that knowledge. For instance, saying, oh, maybe I can build an app, or not even build an app. Maybe I could do whatever, right? It's hard. I don't want to sound critical. It's just so difficult to be ready for that much knowledge, but it could be used for good. It's hard. Hold on. Let me see what people are saying on Instagram, because I'm not answering. It really teaching young folks and ourselves how to filter through AI hallucinations, its lies, and holds back truth like a motherfucker. Yes, and that's another thing. I think a lot of people don't know about hallucinations with AI, and they're taking everything for 100% what it says, and that's also very scary. Jose says, I feel that people really traded paper for a screen for notes as well. Almost everyone tends to now type up their notes rather than literally write their notes. 100%. And you know what? Everyone fucking, shits on me for doing it. They're like, why are you writing it down? Why aren't you typing it in a fucking computer? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. Because, one, I don't want to be looking at another screen for that long. Okay? I don't. Because, by the way, guys, screens are unhealthy. And the reason primarily is artificial blue light. Artificial blue light was not built into your screens or TVs until after 2002. Let me explain really quick. Stay with me, okay? Here comes a little lesson. The sun has every wavelength that you can imagine of light, right? Beautiful colors, right? The green light, the blue light, the red light. Red light is very healing. That's why you guys see a lot of like, red light, what is it called? Panels and red light face masks and whatnot sold at Costco. You don't need it. Just go out in the sun. Blue light also comes from the sun, and blue light is a stressor, but not the way you think. It's a stressor just like a weight would be a stressor. If I do some weights, that's good for my muscles. But if I'm only doing nonstop weights all day long, it's going to wreck me, right? So that's blue light. Here's the deal. Sun's blue light versus artificial blue light are two different things. This is not a conspiracy. You can look it up. It's known information. Artificial blue light was created in LSU, and it was a study of addiction, right? So they realized that artificial blue light is very easily addictive. So they added it where? To Vegas, to all the slot machines, took out the windows, boom, addiction. It worked. So then they added it to Video games. And then after video games, they added it to every TV and everything else that's sold. What does artificial blue light do to your health? Well, it completely destroys the mitochondria. Let's go back to molecular biology for just a second. What is a mitochondria? You guys will hear it, mitochondria. It is the powerhouse of the cell. You guys know we're made of cells. Every single little cell has a mitochondria. The mitochondria is the power plant of each cell, the most important part, the energy source. Artificial blue light wrecks it, completely wrecks your mitochondria. What helps your mitochondria is red light. Red light can actually regenerate the mitochondria. That's why it's so popular right now. Best way to do it, go out in the mornings. As soon as the sun rises all the way till 9 a.m., get as much sun as you can. Because here's the kicker. Where do you have the most mitochondria? Where's the most mitochondria in your body? Anything? The most mitochondria. Where do you think the most mitochondria, again, most important part of the cell, powerhouse of the cell, is in your body? It's your eyes. It's in your eyes. That's where you have the most. What happens when you're looking at a screen all day? Artificial blue light, wrecking you, completely wrecking you. Okay? Fucking up your brain, fucking up your eyes, fucking up everything. So that's why I don't write my notes or anything else on the computer, because if I'm already spending my fucking long ass time looking at a fucking screen, the last thing I'm going to do is that. Secondly, if by any reason shit goes down, and I will admit I'm a paranoid person. If shit goes down, I have my notes for life. Everything that I need, everything that I know, all my knowledge is in my notes, in my hand, in my house. I have fireproof, what is it called? Those fireproof things where you put all your important shit in there. Most of my notes are in there. I'm paranoid. I don't care, but that's why I write my notes. And that's why I think everyone should write their notes. Let me listen to what people have to say. It's, here we go. I feel like the utilization of memory would also serve as a similar purpose as you are sharing regarding writing. Yes, our old traditions were first in writing, definitely came, were first and writing definitely came later. Absolutely. We would absolutely benefit from memory. 100%, guys. We would benefit from writing so much. And you know what's the coolest part about journaling? There's no rules. Like, you can write whatever the fuck you want. You could write like words, you could write poems, you can doodle, you can whatever. But you know what's so cool? I have all my journals from when I was a kid. So I started writing at 12 years old, 11 years old, but 12 years old. And I wrote every single day. It was either a poem or what I did or whatever. And I have one for pretty much every year of my life. I'm 37 years old. I can go back in one instant and see what I thought when I was 14 on a summer night. How cool is that? Because let's face it, we forget a lot of things. And I utilize it a lot. I go back and I go, oh my God, I didn't remember this. Like, holy shit. It's so cool. I can go on and on with the benefits of writing. And even the book that I just wrote, A Modern Guide to Michigan Philosophy, just in case you forgot, I have it right here. This one right here. I had written a lot of this a very, very long time ago. So I actually went back to a lot of my notes and brought it into this book. And I feel very blessed for that, because even things that I had forgotten were already written there, which is really, really fucking cool. But anyway, yeah, that's my spiel on writing. That's my spiel on the mitochondria. Very important. Now, if you guys are like, why is this bitch talking about the mitochondria? It's because I am in the health field. I'm a nutritionist, and I specialize in nutrigenomics and epigenetics, and I worked as a sports performance specialist for a long time, and I also worked in diagnostics for a long time. So I did on my athletes and also general population, I did DEXA scans, resting metabolic rate test, VO2 testing, Kinotech, which is a movement screening test. So I have a lot of experience in this, and then I got into circadian biology and blah, 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 blah. And I'm also a behavior change specialist. There's my resume for all y'all. Please let me know if you guys can hear me, because I'm wearing two mics. So it's either working or I look like an idiot. So let me know. I'm sorry that I'm eating my apple. I was designing all morning long. Designing. Do we usually pronounce it with a Z? That's so weird. Designing all morning long. And I got hungry. And when I'm working, my mom brings me my food, and she brought me a little sandwich and apples and peanut butter, and they're delicious. Loud and clear, chew away. It's good that you can hear me loud and clear. Y'all can hear me munch on my apples. Oh, as I said, munch on my apples. I felt like someone was gonna say munch on there, but I guess I don't have any guys out there making. No, all right. Well, yes, I have the mind of a 12-year-old boy. In case you guys didn't think so, I grew up around boys. I hung out with boys my whole life. So yeah, fairly immature with my comedy. Pretty stupid, I'd say. Anyway, I'm gonna keep doing this, guys, whether you guys pop in or not. And look, you guys want to know something so funny? Instagram has not cut me off. Instagram has not cut me off. So I'm on YouTube, by the way. I have two screens going on here. I got YouTube over here and I got Instagram over here. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because Instagram keeps cutting me off. So we're going to do a little experiment. I'm going to be here for 30 more minutes, by the way. So if you guys lose me on Instagram, go to my link. It's also in the stories and join me on YouTube, okay? But I'm going to start talking about politics. Let's see what happens. Will Instagram cut me off? Will Instagram say poor connection? Will Instagram try to mute me? Or is it listening to me now and won't do it because it knows that I'm talking about it? Let's get into it. We're going to talk about one of the most controversial things. We're going to talk about two of the most controversial things. Okay? We're going to talk about Morena, Mexican government, and we're going to talk about narco-insurgency, the strategy of the United States to destabilize all other countries that may have any potential to become anything. So let's get into it. If you guys have not heard the term narco-insurgency, I'm going to tell you to go research something, all right? Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. You do it yourself. People go, why are you so passionate about this? I am very passionate about narco-insurgency. I'm very passionate because I believe the United States needs to be held accountable for its war crimes and its crimes in general. And obviously, as we're seeing today, they're not held accountable for much. Narco-insurgency is what the United States did to Mexico. But it didn't only do it to Mexico. Narco-insurgency started with OSS before the CIA. Okay, so if you guys go and research these keywords, right? The French Connection, what happened in Burma, the creation of the CIA. All right, these were strategies built since that time. It disrupted Vietnam, it disrupted Burma, which is now Myanmar. It had great effects. And do not get this wrong. The United States is genius. My God, their strategies are evil, but genius. And narco-insurgency was one of them. And if you think about it, it's absolutely brilliant because what you do is you don't have to go bomb them. You don't have to go to war with them. You don't have to go fight. You just plant the seeds of chaos and you just watch the whole thing fall apart. So once they realized that it worked, they started creating narco-insurgency in Latin America. Nicaragua was a very big one, Guatemala, other places, and then Mexico. It didn't really get to Mexico until the 1980s. Hence why Mexico had two big cartels, right? Cartel de Guadalajara, el Cartel de Sinaloa. But they did their own thing. People weren't really messed with, okay? And if there's any Mexicans here that are older than 40, 50, you guys will remember, there was never this level of issues with cartels or anything like that, right? So what you do is you create the worst chaos you can imagine that for years and years and years to come, it will propagate into a complete failure of a state. And that's exactly what they're doing. So hence why I brought up Morena, because people, the people that love Morena. And they will tell you that Claudia Sheinbaum and Andrés Manuel López Obrador have done more for the country than they've seen or that they've ever seen. The people that don't like them will tell you that Morena is narco-políticos. They're all narco-politicians. Let me tell you what I think. This is my opinion. This might not be the truth for everybody. This is my opinion. I was actually there in Mexico, being raised, going to high school during the Felipe Calderón era and the Peña Nieto era, the shit show of those presidencies, okay? And I remember Andrés Manuel López Obrador when he was still doing a lot for Tabasco and then went on to Mexico. I was a fan of this guy from the times of Tabasco because he was doing things that were not being done for the indigenous people of Mexico. Obviously, I was very involved with the indigenous groups of Mexico, specifically Veracruz, Tabasco, and Chiapas. Because of that, I could tell you that Peña Nieto and Calderón and all those other governments did not do jack shit for the indigenous people. I'm sure they did things for generationally wealthy people, Mexicans that are very white, but not anybody else. Um, I think that Morena is not perfect. I'm sure there are narco politicians in Morena, just like there was plenty in El PRI and El PAN. But I think it's better than anything we've ever had. And I think they are doing a lot of good things. Now, here's the deal. People, well, you're not there. No, but most of my family is there. Now, my family is not generationally wealthy. We're not wealthy at all. So a lot of my primas and my tias have job or not wealthy. None of us were. So some of my tias work, for instance, in hotels. So I have family. Let's be specific. I have family in Tuxtla Gutiérrez, Chiapas. I have family in Cancun area, Playa del Carmen, and Veracruz. That's where most of my family's from. And I also have a little bit of family in Nayarit. Okay, so every single one of them have blue collar jobs, right? And all of them are pro Morena. All of them are pro Claudia Sheinbaum because these prestaciones, pensiones, bienestar have been helping people tremendously. Mi prima, my cousin, has a little land that she bought. And she told me, she's like, there's no way I could have actually done anything with this land. But with these new grants and stuff with Bienestar, she was able to get equipment. She was able to get money for training others how to utilize the land. Things that we would never, ever see. And Indigenous people are having more rights. Indigenous people are seeing more things. But obviously, what you guys are going to see in the news is, oh, it's still horrible. The narcs, look, people are missing in Mexico. And that's a fucking problem. Who is at fault? The Mexican government. The US. The US. The US is at fault. And that's my problem, that not enough people are holding them accountable for what they're doing. So if you guys ever have those, questions yourself, please go look into it. Please go look into it and and I'm not getting paid by Morena. I don't get paid by anybody. Shit, I don't even get paid by Instagram. Okay. I don't get paid by anybody. And I will never endorse a politician. I don't think I ever will. If you ever see me here endorse a politician, it's for a reason. I've never endorsed a politician. I don't think I ever will. But I will say that Morena, to me, has done more than we've seen in our lifetime and in my mom's lifetime. And there are a lot of actually really good benefits. Are they fighting the narcs? Do you think they could? Let's imagine this. Let's say that I'm making this up, okay? If the United States was in charge of the narco insurgency in Mexico, making sure that the cartels are always in power so that there will either be a full failure of the state or destabilize Mexico enough to never become a real, big state, how easy would it be for you to fight them? Really? This is what my best friend and I would always talk about. Like, how easy, people get mad, but how easy do you think it is to fight the United States? How much military does Mexico actually have to fight a war against the United States? We would lose in a second. We would. We wouldn't stand a chance. So you guys understand that it's not that simple, because going against the narco issue in Mexico means going against the U.S. And y'all know that going against the U.S. also means going against, it ain't real, right? So it's not that simple. It's not that simple when people are like, what's the solution? It's not that simple, dude. But I think Morena is doing more than any other fucking government has done, truly. And you know what? Claudia Sheinbaum, I mean, you like her or you fucking hate her. She is way more likable. She's way more approachable. People go, oh, dude, come on. What other president do you see kissing people? Literally the community, going in there, hugging people, going in there, kissing people, right? We always make fun of politicians in America like, shaking hands and kissing babies. But come on, dude. Come on. Like, even the way she dresses and stuff, dude. When you would see Peña Nieto, poor connection. It's happening, poor connection on Instagram. You see that? It just popped up. It went away for a second. I'm on to something. I'm on to you, IG. See? It happened. Go on the link. Go join the YouTube live so we can talk about this, please. If you guys can, please download YouTube. Just have YouTube ready on your phone and go to the YouTube live, because I'm not crazy. I'm actually going to put it up against the screen. I'm not crazy. This is crazy. This is actually insane to think that there's like this kind of censorship, because you guys saw I was almost speaking for like 20, 30 minutes straight with no problems. No problems talking about mitochondria, talking about other things, but I see you. I see you, Instagram. Okay. Now, guys, we're not always going to be shooting the shit about different things. Every Thursday, I'm going to come out live for a whole hour. Okay. So usually I would do my lives on TikTok on Thursdays and on IG on Wednesdays. But now I think on Thursdays, I'm just going to do one entire live for 1 hour in English and in Spanish. But we're going to be talking about specific things. So if you go to my YouTube, there's a couple of videos that came out and we talk about different things. Like one of them is El Amor entre Frida Kahlo y Diego Rivera and what you think and all of this stuff. And then, hey, hi, homie. And the other video is about influence, right? So there's just chatty videos. And that's what we're going to talk about on my lives. We're going to discuss it. We're going to chit chat. We're going to ask questions. You guys can always ask questions. So please do so. So that's what it's going to be about. Now I've been here for 40 minutes now. People are going to I'm sorry that we can't do it in the evenings. I wish we could hop on here on Saturday nights and just fucking kick it. But I got shit to do and I live on a farm. So aside from the fact that I have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, I also live 7,000 feet in the air in a homestead on a mountain where I have to go take care of the garden. I have to go take care of the chickens. We haven't gotten any other animals yet. I might get goats. I'm on the fence because it's really like having more toddlers if you have goats. But it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be working the land and stuff. But I am stoked to say that our garden is thriving. And let me tell you, it's hard. My peanut butter finger. It's hard to have a garden thrive at this elevation because I've grown a lot of gardens in the past in California and Mexico, but not in a mountain. And it is rough, guys. It is rough. So I'm really excited. All right, guys, you know what I'm going to do? I still have to finish designing. Starting next week, we'll stay here for a whole hour. But just make sure to click, if you're on Instagram, click on the link for my YouTube and go subscribe. Click the notifications. It'll notify you guys when I'm live. It's going to be 11:30 Pacific time on Thursdays to 12:30. Okay. I'm going to hop out now because I'm going to finish designing and I'm going to finish working on stuff. But it was so fun to chat with you guys. DM me, hang out with me. I will see you all next Thursday and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. Okay. All right. I love you all. Have a good day. Besitos to everybody.